Hey, thanks for checking out another video from NetPicks. And the last lot of videos we've done, we've got options videos, we've got videos on trading indicators, trading strategies, etc. So I want to dial it back a little bit, and I want to talk about the non-tangibles. And one of those is called a trading feedback loop. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different because when you succeed at trading, okay, it takes a lot more than just using indicators and price action. Well, you got to have good habits, right? And breaking the old ones that you do have as a trader, it's important for anyone, really, that's trying to become good at something, anything, really. And that includes trading. So if you want to make a sustainable living out of trading and become really good at it, it's really crucial to become effective in forming good habits and breaking all your old habits. So to do that, you got to break down each step of the habit and then you design what we call a trading feedback loop. And that can go a long way to putting you back on the road to success or onto the road to success. So what is that feedback loop we talk about? All that is we take the act of trading, analyzing our performance, adjusting our strategy, and setting goals. And we do that in a loop. When you do it correctly, that loop should actually accelerate your learning process and really magnify the efforts that you're doing to find your success in trading. Now, if you do it poorly or you don't do it at all, you're going to find that you're really getting nowhere fast. And I know a lot of you have gone down that road. Things aren't just happening for you like you think they should be. Well, a trading feedback loop, it should be designed in a way that you're actively working on how to improve your results rather than just wandering through the trading world without a clear idea of where you're going or how you're going to get there. And that often leads to bad habits forming when you do that. Now, James Clear, he wrote a post a while back on feedback loops, and he generally categorized them into two different groups. One was a balancing loop, and the other was a reinforcing loop. So the difference to whether a loop falls into one category or the other really depends on whether you're trying to reduce the occurrence of a bad habit, which is balancing, or encourage the use of a good habit, which is called reinforcing. Now, the interesting thing with trading is that because we tend to get better results when we reduce our bad habits or we increase our good habits, and worse results when we increase our bad or reduce our good habits, the type of feedback loop that we're actually targeting gets a little confusing. Right? A reinforcing trading feedback loop, that might be staying focused and making sure you take every occurrence of a particularly high probability setup. The balancing one might be to reduce the habit of self-distraction, browsing the internet, social media, emails, when you are fully aware that the high probability setup is likely to occur. So because of this kind of duality in many trading feedback loops, the task becomes hard. And it's harder because you're trying to switch directly from a bad habit to a good habit. So the basis of that loop, we can describe it to 1, measure, 2, compare things, 3, and adjust. Well, and that's a good basis. Okay, it's basic. There are additional pieces to a loop if you're trying to do something big like becoming a successful trader. So here's an example of a trading feedback loop that you can use as a jumping off kind of point. Desire, commitment to your focus, how you prep, how you execute, analyze your performance, adjust your strategy if you have to, belief that you can do it, right back to desire again, right? The desire to become a really good trader and committing to it. This far exceeds that bare bones loop, okay? Let's talk about these things because by adding these to that basic loop, we get a better system. So there's got to be desire. Okay, but desire to succeed in trading, a lot of that is just people desiring to make a lot of money. And it's true that with that type of desire, you are setting yourself up to fail because you're going to go through periods where not only do you not make any money, you're going to lose it, right? So the desire to succeed because you're passionate about trading, that will give you an edge in itself. Learning a new skill, it's not always easy. Okay, it takes time, it takes effort to master those things. But when you trade, most people start off by trying to learn themselves. They're their own teachers. The only source of feedback that they have is themselves. So understanding concepts, the value of key skills, and recognizing when you're in the process, they're all things that need to be considered if you're going to make the best use of your time. Okay, so you may not be the best person to assess what you need to be doing. Right? That's the same thing for setting goals. To assess performance, you got to have a goal that's realistic for you. If you set goals that you're never going to be able to achieve, the chances are high you're going to become demotivated and quit. And that's just, trying to make a living when your account balance is $500. It's just not going to happen. And then finally, from all that you gain from each stage of that loop, it has to lead to a situation where you've got a deep sense of belief that what you're doing and how you're adapting and how you're learning, it's getting you closer to your overall goal. And there's another interesting thing that James Clear makes clear. That was interesting. It's where they fail. Where does the feedback loop fail? Look, they're not rocket science. Okay, they frequently fail. Probably through inadequate planning and accounting for problems in implementing things properly. And James Clear, he cites reasons for loop failures as 3 things. Measurement is not automatic. Comparison is irrelevant. And your feedback is slow. Let's talk about those. Measurement's not automatic. Having to manually record everything, it's not difficult. But to a lot of traders, it's just another chore that they don't want to do, especially at the end of a pretty stressful trading session. But when you fail to take the time when that information's fresh in your mind, that can lead you to not capturing all the information that you're going to need. Well, comparison. Think that you're failing because you're not making any money after a year of trading is not a good conclusion to draw. It may be that you're not trying to form good habits and do the right things. So in fact, you're failing, but not simply because you're not making money. Don't make money what you're comparing your success to. Slow feedback, that's a killer for harnessing power that the feedback loop has. Now, my personal view is that if you're a trader who, on average, are taking 1 or fewer trades per day, and in fact, it's desirable to take more, you're significantly handicapping your learning process because more trades equals more feedback. Now, just to be clear here, in no way am I suggesting that you overtrade or see something on the charts that's not there just to push some buttons, right? More trades that follow your trading plan. Now, that's the key. It's a lot of information. So you probably have to listen to this a few times. But your big takeaway is that trading feedback loops are pretty powerful. But too often, people leave the learning process to chance, right? They assume or they hope that they'll be good enough to navigate that journey. And you may be different. You may be one of those few who just gets there. But really, the odds are not in your favor to do so. At the end of the day, you got to do the work that's required. And the feedback loop's one of them. And I think you're going to have a much better chance of succeeding than those who just wing it. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll talk to you soon.